Dear flourishers, I have some exciting news. We just harvested our first garlic of the season. It is this glorious soft neck, an artichoke type called Regattuso. And soft necks in general are, oh man, they mature way faster generally than hard necks, especially here in short seasons. And Regattuso indeed is off to the races. And I still have a few of these of the tops that we just chopped off, and you can see half of the leaves are brown and dry. Take a look at how brittle that is, as opposed to the nutrient deficiencies, which would just be at the top and at the tips and would be more yellow. And so here's the thing, we treat our soft necks totally differently than our hard necks, and I'll share it all with you. And when we harvest our soft necks, because they don't have that hard, really solid stalk in the middle, take a look at what they have. It's all of these tissues, all of the leaf wrappers, and perhaps you can almost see it glisten. It's super moist. And so we have to, if we let those stalks stay on the garlic and just dried them, even with our tons of airflow, we have 6 fans. Perhaps you can see the fans behind me. We have 6 different fans set up, spread across these screen tables, but they still wouldn't dry down in time. They would more likely mold. And so we go ahead and snip them off so that way all of that air can be moving, drying down those tissues. And we also go ahead and we clip the roots right now too. You don't technically have to. I like to only because they're a little more soft, a little more pliable, and that way we're just doing it a little more streamlined. If we dry them down, then they get more tough, more leathery, and if you have great super sharp snips, they're just gonna chop right off. It doesn't make a huge difference, but I find it's just easier for us to streamline it, and they cut that much more quickly. So yeah, take a look at this head. I wanted to show you as well. So here's the inside. That's another general rule between hard necks and soft necks. A hard neck variety, think music is perhaps the most popular. And there's that hard neck in the middle, right? And there's 5, 6 cloves around it. And a soft neck doesn't have that hard central stalk. And it has all of these different rings of concentric cloves. So there's way more than 5, 6. Sometimes there's 3, if not 4 times that many cloves. And so you can see on the outside of this Regattuso, there are these large, gorgeous cloves on the outside with concentric rings of smaller cloves in the middle. And the thing I love about Regattuso is that even the cloves in the very center are still way big enough to easily justify the time processing in the kitchen. Where often a lot of the silver skin soft neck types that you'll find at the grocery store, they're just little slivers in the center, and that I always feel so bad not using them, but they're just kind of annoying. So I love Regattuso for being a soft neck with all of those different cloves, but each one being sizable enough. And I'm gonna keep, so as soon as I stop this video, I'm gonna turn the fans back on. And so very importantly as well, we're in a shed where we get lots of nice airflow. It's open-ended on one side, but it's very dark. They're in the shade all day long, never in direct sunlight, and that's super important. When you're curing your garlic, you want it to be relatively warm. 80 to 85 is perfect, but not too hot. And definitely out of the way of direct sun. And tons of airflow, and especially with these soft necks, we never have any issues with our hard necks. They dry down like a breeze. But with the soft necks, all of those tissues can really, they're so tricky. And so I'll come in and every few days I'll be evaluating them. I'll be puckering them and making sure that it's getting papery and not squishy in the middle. And they'll be here at least a week, maybe even 2 weeks, drying here on these racks with the fans blowing full bore the entire time. And that way, they'll be storing all season long and throughout the winter. One of the nice thing about soft necks as opposed to hard necks, they do generally have a longer storage life than a hard neck variety. And of course, different varieties have different stories. So there's definitely shades of gray and everything in between. But we were still eating Regattuso in early May this year. So, and that is all a tribute to how well we cure it right now in July. So it's Friday the 13th, friends. Wish me luck. I wish you luck as well. And if you have questions, of course, I am here for you.